Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. What if I told you that you do not have to boil your water to make it safe to drink? You just don't. You don't have to boil it at all. You have to pasteurize it, which is different. We're going to talk about pasteurization versus sterilization. We're going to talk about a product called the Whoppy, which will help you pasteurize and safely get your water ready to drink. Thanks for watching, guys. I know, you've always heard, like I have, that you have to boil your water to make it safe to drink. But that's just not the case. And that's because there's a difference between what we call sterilization and pasteurization. There's a channel called Ezzy Outdoors. I'll leave a link down below. This guy goes on some epic freaking trips. The first one I watched was when he took his collapsible canoe or kayak, I think, through Patagonia. All right, just ridiculous. And he talks about using what's called a Whoppy. I never heard of it before, so I started to investigate it, and I decided to pick one up and show you guys because I thought it was pretty cool. Now, I'm going to read some stuff here. I usually don't like to read, but there's a lot to see here. So I'm going to read a little bit to you guys about certain things. You do have to get your water hot enough to kill certain things, all right? There are disease-causing microorganisms in the water, and they're killed by heat exposure through pasteurization. Not boiling, pasteurization, such as worms, Giardia, Cryptosporidium, entamoebas. Those are rapidly killed at 131 degrees Fahrenheit. That's it. If you look at bacteria like cholera, E. coli, Shigella, Salmonella, rotavirus, those are killed at 140 degrees. Hepatitis A virus is rapidly killed at 149 degrees. So at the end of the day, the magic number is right at about 150 degrees. That pasteurizes, just like you pasteurize milk, for example. Now, if you boil water, you sterilize it. So the difference is pasteurization eliminates all pathogens that can hurt humans. Sterilization kills all pathogens, period. Now, of course, since we're human, all we're worried about is the things that cause disease to human beings. So then the question becomes, how do you know when you reach that magic 150 degrees? That's where the Whoppy comes in. All right, guys, this is the Whoppy, the water pasteurization indicator. Pretty straightforward and pretty freaking cool. It's kept in this little bag here, but you can put it wherever you want. The dimensions, I would say, are about 1.5 inches by about 1/4 inch. As far as the weight goes, I think we're going to have to weigh this in grams. So I don't think it's going to reach an ounce. Let's see. 0.1 ounce. So 0.1 ounce or 4 grams. So 4 grams, 0.1 ounce. Cost is $15, made here in the United States. So you see inside, it's got this green wax. The wax will melt at 149 degrees. So once the wax, you'll want to slide this down like this. You want the wax at the top. Once the wax melts and goes all the way to the bottom of the tube, so it'll lay in there like this, okay, because it is weighted. Once the wax is all the way at the bottom of the tube, then that means that your water is pasteurized. And we talked a little bit earlier about what that means. Once it cools off, you simply flip it to reuse it, and it's pretty much that simple. It's going to be hard to show you guys how it works because I don't have a clear vessel to boil water in. Basically, what you want to remember is you want the wax at the bottom, and it will sink to the bottom once it's pasteurized. If you have any questions, you can just check the instruction manual here, but pretty straightforward. You want the weight at the bottom and the wax at the top, just like that. Whenever you get it done, you just slide it to the other side. So you're always just flipping back and forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys how it works. We're going to boil 2 cups of water, and we're going to bring it to a full boil, and we're going to see how much fuel it takes to get to a full boil. Then we're going to pasteurize 2 cups of water, and we're going to see how much fuel it takes. And we'll see that we can start to save quite a bit of fuel and time when we just use our Whoppy to get it to 149 degrees as opposed to pushing it all the way to 212. once again, let me be very clear. This does not sterilize. It pasteurizes. And we talked about the difference. Sterilization kills all organisms present, where pasteurization kills pathogens that are harmful to humans. So why would you pasteurize instead of sterilize? Well, saves time, saves fuel, it's cheap. This is a reusable device that allows you to very simply know when things are pasteurized, and it's reliable. And it tells you, I mean, I've done quite a few, probably 10 tests, because you want to make sure these things work. At least 10 times I've done it, and I've not only watched the Whoppy, but I've had a temperature probe in the water, and it's always gotten well above 150, actually. And I think there's a little bit of I don't think that this wax melts till probably 160. 150 might be the magic number. I always end up with about 170, 175, and it's just carryover heat, I think. So I think probably 160 or so is when this actually melts. So it's not only saving fuel, but it's much faster. Let's talk a little bit about the specifics of why. We'll nerd out with some of this math so you guys can see. I'm going to pull this out and just tell you guys a little bit about what my testing was. So 2 cups to bring to a boil was 2 minutes, 46 seconds, and it used 7 grams of fuel. To melt the wax in the Whoppy, which would be to pasteurize it, took 1 minute, 59 seconds, and it used 5 grams of fuel. So if you average that out, in both cases, basically it takes about 24 seconds, just around 24 seconds, to use 1 gram of fuel. So if you are boiling and you have a 230 gram full canister of isobutane, you'll get about 32 to 33 boils out of it for 2 cups of water. If you take the same 230 gram canister and you pasteurize, basically using 48 seconds less of fuel every time. And look, this is just this particular situation. It's going to be a generality. Sometimes you might use a little bit less gas. Sometimes you might use a little bit more gas, but this is a generality. You'll get 46 boils. So 32 to 33 boils up to 46 pasteurizations, I should say. So you're using a lot less fuel every time. It may only be 2 grams of fuel, but when you space that out over a 230 gram canister, or even the smaller ones, which if I remember, they're 110 or 120, smaller ones would be even bigger deal. You only have to get it up to where this wax melts. You're going to, on average, save about 45 or 50 seconds of on time for your gas stove. 45, 50 seconds is going to be about 2 grams of fuel, 2.5 grams of fuel. Over and over and over, you're really going to save some fuel and some time. Time is not as big a deal. I mean, you're out there enjoying the wilderness. What's an extra minute or 2 or 10 minutes? Who cares? It's really about the fuel, because the less fuel you use, the less fuel you have to carry. The less fuel you have to carry, the longer you can be out there and the lighter your load is. So the Whoppy is a fuel saver, a money saver, and a time saver. It's a pretty good deal. Once again, check out Ezzy Outdoors. Guys, this guy's awesome, man. And he seems like such a nice, normal dude. Check him out. I think he's the next guy that really needs to get a lot of subscriptions. He has amazing trips through amazing parts of the world. So make sure you check it out down below. And I appreciate him for pointing out this product, which I had never heard of. And I think with a little bit of math and a little bit of testing, we see that it is very effective and very much worth your while if you're interested. Do me a favor, guys. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up down below. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button. If you're here because of the Whoppy, well, why don't you stay around and check out some of the other stuff. I have a lot of stove videos, coffee videos, outdoor gear review videos. That's what we do here on the Paleo Hiker MD channel. These kinds of products are always exciting for me because it's just something I'd never heard of. And it's something that I think a lot of you might really consider using. It's super lightweight, reusable, and just pretty darn cool. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.